Hey guys, Cheri from The Watering Mouth here, coming at you with a little video that was a request from Rose for me to do a life update. Hey Rose, thanks for the request. I love doing the life updates because I get to just talk candidly. So that's what I'm gonna do today and talk about some things that are going on in my life. So I'm gonna start off with talking about my body and my weight and the eating and the healthy things. So the last time that we spoke, I think, about this type of topic was around New Year's, and I was at 150 as far as weight goes. To put this in perspective, I'm 5'2½". My happy weight is about 120. I got there a couple years ago before pregnancy, of course, and then got pregnant and ended up gaining tons and tons of weight during pregnancy, 48 pounds to be exact. My happy weight is 120, but I was 127 when I got pregnant. So I gained 48 pounds, got up to 174.4. Oh, that was hard. And now, so I talked to you guys last when I was at 150, and now I am at 135. So that's about 15 pounds from my happy weight. It's only 8 pounds from where I was before I got pregnant. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really excited about how things are going and how far I've come, really. It's been a lot of work. You know, it's been 6 months now. I've lost 15 pounds. A lot of that had to do with the fact that I wanted to make sure I didn't lose my nursing supply too. And then also, so trying to only lose a pound or two a week was pretty difficult. So I was kind of up and down and you know, trying to get back into the swing of being a nutritarian, and now I feel like I'm really there, which is what inspired this last video I did. If you guys hadn't seen it, the one that talks about keeping the faith on the Eat to Live diet, I'll put a link for that so you guys can check that one out if you like. But we're all going through our own journeys here, and I feel like I'm kind of getting into my stride now, so I'm excited about that. I wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm in a good place, hoping that I'm gonna be getting towards my happy weights again really soon. My lifetime goal, I think, is probably around 115, maybe 110. That might be a little bit on the low side for me. I tend to have kind of a lot of muscle naturally, so, and I've actually been doing a lot of weight training and stuff lately too, which has been contributing to the fact that I'm not losing as fast. It's all kind of a balance, so I'll talk more about that in a second. So that's where my weight is. The food has been going really well the last couple weeks. The reason I did that last video about keeping the faith is because I was having struggles. I was having issues trying to get out of the pull of junk food and too much sugar and things that I was having over my pregnancy. And now I feel like I've really gotten a lot of my micronutrient stores up in my body so that I don't crave as much. I really enjoy having to eat to live foods again, etc. And that's something I want to just talk about really briefly, because I talk about this a lot in my coaching, actually, that one of the, it's kind of like a twofold thing that I see helping people be successful on this lifestyle is, first of all, the knowledge, information inside your head of why you're doing it, why certain foods are better than others, how much of each food you should have, etc. Then it's also the micronutrients. So when you actually eat the food and you actually are filling your body with all those wonderful micronutrients, your body will help you not crave as much anymore because it's actually getting what it needs. So then it doesn't tell you, give me more, give me more. It's actually getting what it needs, so it doesn't make you crave as much anymore. Really keep in mind those things. Those are what I have been trying to refocus on and keep remembering, as well as reading more books. I've been doing a lot of like self-help kind of books lately about motivation and purpose and direction and things like that. But then also I've been doing a lot of reading, like I read Fast Food Genocide a few months ago, which is Dr. Furman's new book. I've been reading just a bunch of really great nutritional stuff about craving and the psychology behind craving and all that kind of stuff. Very, very helpful things. I'll put links for everything I talk about down below in this video too, so you guys can check that stuff out. When it comes to the baby, this is like my favorite part of everything. Isabella is now almost 8 months old. She is crawling. She's been crawling for about 2 weeks now. And so we've been in mad childproofing mode, trying to get everything childproof, because she loves to touch anything that is not allowed. You know, anything that she can see, cords, pulling on cords, doing, you know, grabbing anything that's mom's, that's not hers. She loves everything that's not hers. So it's been kind of a challenge with me to try to balance as we go. And I can just see that this is the rest of my life now, is trying to balance her stages and her stages of growth with trying to work at home and, you know, doing all these things. But it's been really interesting and fun to see her crawling and getting around now, whereas she used to just be pretty stationary, and now she can kind of get what she wants to get, and so that's fun. So she's doing really well. She's actually eating too. So she's been having lots of fruits and vegetables, of course. She loves her broccoli, her peas, corn. She's like in love with corn, bananas and oatmeal, and she even had some kale recently with some carrots, and she's just really been loving everything, getting really good with textures too. So at least at this point in time, she's 100% nutritarian. She loves everything, and we're just gonna keep going and getting those micronutrient stores in her too. So that's been really fun to watch her eating and crawling and do all that kind of stuff. She's still nursing a bit, which is great. For me, I feel really good about that because I was able to keep up my milk supply even though I was losing a little bit of weight. And so I'm hoping to be able to nurse her for much longer into the future, and hoping that that milk supply stays as I lose the rest of the weight as well. Because if I just keep doing it this slow, you know, pace, I think everything's gonna be fine. So that's been good and kind of a relief, but it has been something that was a little challenging for me to try to balance, you know, this whole time. So that's been going good with her. What else do I have? Oh yeah, okay, so another thing I've been doing is working out a lot. Now, I'm not usually a worker-outer, right? I usually like to just go hiking. That's my favorite thing to do. But because, first of all, it's summer now, so like today the high is 107, so there will not be any hiking today. Not to mention the fact that I can't really hike very much because I have Isabella. So I have had to sort of put that aside for a little bit. I am doing some hiking every weekend, but just not the kind of, you know, every few days that I used to do back before I got pregnant. So I've had to change, and I got to this place where I was just so frustrated with not moving my body enough that I just said, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna just do what I can, and what I could think of was YouTube videos, because there is so much free content on YouTube, right? So I decided to myself, I'm gonna do 30 minutes every single day or 6 days a week of something. And so I just sort of think, what am I inspired to do that day? I find a video that has to do with that, and I do 30-minute exercise in the morning before she gets up. That required me to, first of all, one of the big things was that she was actually gonna sleep longer than she used to sleep. So that allowed me to do that. So for a while I really couldn't do that because she was getting up at 5 times like that, which is just too early for me to be able to get that workout in and do everything I needed to do. But now I kind of got things sort of figured out a little bit, and I've been able to get those workouts in regularly in the mornings. So that's been great. I've been doing lots of different things like body weight exercises, yoga, do some aerobics sometimes. I've been doing bar workouts, and then just some random, so then I'll find trainers that I like, and I'll then go through their videos and things like that. And I've been doing this for 2-3 weeks now, you know, not repeating anything. And I really honestly feel like if I kept doing this for a year, I still wouldn't repeat anything. You guys, there's so many videos like this on YouTube, and I'm doing 30-minute ones. You know, this is something that any of you can do at home. There's so many different types of exercises. If you only like yoga, if you only like stretching, if you just like low impact something, or, you know, whatever you're interested in. They have 5-minute videos, they have 10-minute videos. There's really a way for you guys to get this in. And I bring this up because what it did for me was actually give me so much motivation with the eating part. Not that I needed to do some crazy exercise or something, because I don't think that's true for us. We don't have to do some kind of type of crazy exercise, and certainly the Eat to Live diet affords us the ability to lose weight without exercising. But what it does, and I noticed this with some of my clients too, which actually was what sparked it in me to go, oh, I should do that too. One of my clients was like, you know what, I started working out again, and that has really made me interested in the food again, and feeling like if I start my day off really well, then the rest of my day can go a lot easier too, because I've already put in a lot of really good effort for myself in the morning. So that's something to think of, that actually getting some type of workout first thing in the morning or at some point during the day really does give you some more motivation later on in the day to make some better choices food-wise. So something to consider. There's a lot of things you can do that don't even have to do with YouTube, or, you know, you could just go for a walk, or if you're watching TV, just make a promise to yourself to march in place whenever there's a commercial on, or, you know, something like that. There's lots of different things you can do. Just do some light stretching in the morning for a minute, you know, just a little yoga pose or something once a day is really gonna actually go a long way. And I'm not just saying that, it really does. So get something in that's just for you during the morning if you can. And that should really help to create some good benefit for the rest of the day. So that's been good for me. I've been doing those workouts, and then in the, you know, weekends I will hike a bit, and that's been really good. I've been liking that. This weekend was really exciting. I got to go to the Health, Healing, and Happiness Expo here in Las Vegas. It's a yearly thing, and I get to interview Furman at it. So this year I got to interview him again. It was really exciting. I took your guys' questions and picked some really good ones and then tried to, you know, bring in some of my own or whatever. So I'm gonna be editing that soon and hopefully get that up within a week or two so you guys can see that interview. He's got some really good things to say. And then I was so lucky because my friend Michelle, who is like, so amazing and so great at organizing stuff. She ended up organizing this little hike for me and her and our mutual wonderful hiker friend Peppy. You guys have seen him in the videos before. And also Leslie Stein, if you guys know who that is, she's a super, super inspiring exercise workout person, plus she does Eat to Live style eating as well, and I think some McDougall style eating too. I'm gonna put links for everything down below so you can check her out too if you like. And then her husband Ira and the guest of honor Dr. Furman went with us. Can you believe it? I mean, I was like, you know, really excited for this to happen. It was a really fun time, and I just want to say it was a straight up Red Rock, Las Vegas style hike, one of my hard ones that was, you know, it ended up being like an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half or something. And Dr. Furman barely even broke a sweat, man. Like, he was just a machine. It's like he wasn't even out of breath. It was like so easy for him. And I just wanted to mention that because dude is like, you know, up there in years a little bit, but he is in shape, man. He eats perfectly. Of course, we all know he eats perfectly. We saw evidence of that. Michelle took a picture of his plate actually, and he really does eat exactly the way he says. And he can, you know, exercise with the best of us. Like, he kept up, he did so well, and he didn't even have any fear either. He was just like it was really cool. So here's some pictures from the hike. We just had a blast, and I just wanted to mention that because I was excited, but also because, man, he's a beast. He's really good at physical stuff. So that was a cool thing to see. So I had fun at that expo. Oh, I just wanted to mention a little bit about what I'm sort of doing with my channel lately, which is kind of adding in a little bit of like Eat to Live Academy. It's kind of like school. I've been adding, if you guys noticed, I've been adding PDFs to various videos that I do, recipe PDFs, and like the berries PDF gave a lot of information about berries that you could print out and keep at your house. And I've been doing this because I really want to turn what I'm doing into something that's kind of like school for you guys. Like, you get these printouts, you can have some stuff to have in your kitchen and take a look at, and, you know, post up on your refrigerator and remind you of what's happening so you can keep reviewing and keep getting better. Because I do think, you know, Dr. Furman always says the education part of this is half of it. It's not just the food, as I was talking about in the beginning, it's the education part that's super important. So that's what I've been doing with my videos for the last couple years, trying to give this very informative type of information that's not only, you know, the information that you might find in the books, but also motivational from what I'm learning in my coaching and what works for me and what has really changed my journey over this whole time. So I want to be able to give you guys that type of kind of, you know, motivation and information. I'm going to keep doing this as we go. So every single video that I post, look out for a PDF. I don't know if I'm going to do one with every video, but just be on the lookout for these PDFs, because these are ways that you can kind of have a little home study at your own house. Maybe get a folder or a binder or something and just put all of these, you know, handout PDFs that I'm doing in there so you can review on a regular basis, or, you know, tack the ones up that are positive for you and helpful on your refrigerator so you can see them every once in a while. So that's where that is. I want to talk a little bit about my Patreon. You guys know I always talk about this, but this is one of the most important things I talk about, because in order for me to continue making these videos for you, I need to know that you guys love what I'm doing. And that's, you know, you guys are always doing that by liking my videos, commenting, and subscribing to my YouTube channel, subscribing to my email newsletter. Those are really fantastic ways that you are already supporting me, and I am so thankful for it. And I just want to mention Patreon, because this is a way that you can really make it so that I can turn this into my day job. I can turn this into the thing that supports me, as well as the coaching, right? Because coaching, when I coach, I make money from the hours that I put into it. But I put in a lot of hours on top of that with just creating these videos for you for free, hours and hours and hours every week. What might it be worth to you to donate on a monthly basis? $1, $2, something like that might be something that you could part with just to ensure that I can keep doing these things for you. And the more that I can build this up for you, the more resources I can create for you in this Eat to Live lifestyle. So thank you for considering that. Even, you know, you're considering doing that. That's really wonderful. I'm gonna put a link for Patreon down below. You guys can check it out. Cool thing about Patreon too is also that you get some exclusive content. So it's a cool kind of give and take there. And I love to talk to my Patreonies on Patreon, so check it out. All right, guys, that's it for my update. I really appreciate you being here. I am in love with you. I think you are wonderful, and I hope that your journey is going well. I hope that your day is going well. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, pass it around to your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.